It has been a hot minute since I last made a how much I read in a week video, or how much can I read in a week. I'm not sure what I normally call these. They're both the same thing. Tomato, tomato, right? Anyway, I thought that this week would be the perfect week to do that because I actually have a couple of days off, so I get to focus on reading a bit, and also because I really need the motivation to read right now because I'd like to get through my spooky TBR this year. Fingers crossed I actually do. I've made solid progress, but I think a video like this would really motivate me to spend some time reading each day just so I have something to show for it. But at this moment in time, I am currently on page 149 of The Grip of It by Jacques Jemk. And this is a pretty short book. It is 273 pages. So I do think that if I actually try and sit down and read for a little while, I can probably finish this either tonight or tomorrow, maybe. It is currently almost midnight because I just got home from work and it was a long day, let me tell you. Oh my goodness. And I am actually really glad that I have power at home because I did not have power at work and it was chaos. So it's gonna be so nice to just sit back and read for a little bit. I do think I'm probably gonna actually take a shower and then lay in bed and read. I don't know how long I'm gonna be able to stay awake for because I am pretty freaking tired after today, but I would love to finish this tonight before I fall asleep. That is like the dream. Whether or not it actually becomes a reality is a different story. But anyway, this is where I'm starting off, and hopefully when I update this tomorrow, I will have read most, if not all, of this book. It is now Tuesday, and on Sunday I definitely did not finish The Grip of It. I made it to page 184, so that was 36 pages that I read, and then I eventually just was reading with one eye open and called it a night. I went to sleep. And then yesterday I read Bub Kiss. Absolutely nothing. I just didn't feel like reading, so I didn't. But we are back. It's Tuesday, and I am going to try to lock in for the next hour or so and finish this book finally, so then I can hopefully get moving through my spooky TBR. I have a few hours right now that I can dedicate to this, and I have my tablet far away from me, so I'm not just going to pick it up and start scrolling through TikTok. I am actually going to attempt to focus on reading. So hopefully my next update will have me saying that I have finally finished this book. It is now Wednesday, and I did actually end up finishing The Grip of It last night, which means I read a total of 89 pages of it. And then not only that, but I also started Stephen King's The Mist, and I got through the first 20 pages. So that means I read a total of 109 pages yesterday, which is not too shabby considering I did a lot of other stuff like errands and my cat had a vet appointment, a bunch of fun stuff like that. But I'm just so glad that I finally made time for reading on one of my days off and committed to finishing a book. But now I am getting into The Mist, and so far so good. It seems like it's going to be interesting and it's going to make me want to keep reading. Hopefully it stays on that trend. I do think I'm going to read a bit of it tonight. Probably just go sit on my couch and read it. I did just get home from work, so I am a little bit on the tired side. And I don't know how much reading I'm really going to get done tonight, but I'm hoping to aim for like 50 or so pages. I feel like that's manageable. But yeah, I'm gonna go and do that, and here's hoping that I actually get to like 50 pages and not fall asleep first. It is now Thursday, and last night I actually made it to page 74 of The Mist. So that means that I actually met my goal of 50 pages. I read 54 pages last night, which I was not expecting. Honestly, I did not think I was going to meet 50 just because I had like other things I had to do last night and I was very tired as well. But I did it, and I'm... Thank you, Eowyn. I am kind of hoping that tonight I'm gonna finish this because I'm on page 74 and I think there's only like 160, so 165. There's 165 pages in this. I feel like that's doable. That's like 90 pages, and I don't have much else I have to do tonight, so I would love to actually just focus on that and Eowyn, apparently, and finish it, and then maybe start something else, maybe wait to start something else until tomorrow. I don't know, but I am going to start reading this now, and here's to hoping we get it done. It is now Saturday. I missed yesterday, but I got home from work and just felt like gaming with my friends, so I actually didn't read a single page of anything yesterday. But on Thursday, I did end up finishing The Mist by Stephen King, and in total, I read 93 pages of that. So I completed that goal, which I was very happy about. I just didn't feel like reading last night, so I decided to do something else instead. But today, I am going to start Model Home by Rivers Solomon. I think this one is supposed to be like about a spooky house or a haunted house or something. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm hoping that it's going to be really good and suck me in, and I'm going to want to read for the majority of today. That would be great, because I actually have a day off and I would love to just curl up and enjoy the cozy fall weather. I think in like maybe a half an hour or so, my boyfriend and I are actually gonna go sit at a park and maybe read a bit, and I'm gonna start this then. And hopefully with like all the falling leaves and like cool weather, it'll really kind of get me into the spooky mood. One thing though, before I go, is I was just like opening this book to see if this was gonna be the one that I wanted to read next, and I actually, without knowing, bought a signed edition, which is kind of cool. I got this from Book Outlet. I think it was like around $10, and it was not advertised as such. So it was an interesting little surprise, kind of adds a little something something to it. But anyway, enough of that. I am going to head outside in the nice cool autumn weather and read. So I only ended up reading 28 pages of Model Home today. Not nearly as much as I was kind of hoping for, but if I'm gonna be honest, I did not feel like reading very much, so I ended up playing Slime Rancher 2, which was very fun, but now my eyes are burning, so I definitely can't read anymore, so I'm gonna call it a night and a week at that, and I mean, that's keeping it realistic, right? So that was the whole point of this. So in total for the whole week, I actually ended up reading 318 pages, which is not that bad. I feel like that's about the average size of your typical novel, so I'd say that's decent. A book a week is about what I normally do. With that, I'm gonna leave this one here. I hope you have a great rest of your week and happy reading.